This question is from your homework. It's asking you to find the surface area of the figure below. The upper cylinder is centered on the lower one. So if I'm looking at this picture, right, I see the following. I see that I have the top cylinder, this circle. I see the lateral surface, but I don't see the bottom, right, because the bottom is placed on the top. So if you're going to paint this, you're going to paint the top, you're going to paint the lateral surface, but you can't paint the bottom of this, right? And then we'll talk about the bottom cylinder in a second. Okay, so for the top cylinder, if I'm looking for the surface area, I only have one circle, right, which means the area of the surface area of this cylinder is pi r squared. Why is it not 2 pi r squared? Because it's only one of the circles. Remember that if I had the circle, the bottom and the top, right, then it will be 2 pi r squared. But in this case, I'm only looking at the top cylinder, circle. So it's pi r squared plus 2 pi r h, because the 2 pi r h is your lateral surface area. Okay, so you're looking at this as if I have this, right, and I'm going to paint this, the top and the lateral surface area. Okay, so for this one, I know that my radius is 3.8. And I know that my height is 9.6. So what do you get when you I got 274.6. Okay. Now, eyes on me for a second, please. For the bottom cylinder, it's a little bit different. Okay. For the bottom cylinder, what do I have? I have the lateral, right? I have the bottom. Yes. I have the bottom, right? That's part of your structure. But then for the top, I don't have the whole circle at the top. For the top, I have just the outside here. Yes? To find the surface area or the area of that outside, what do? So you have to find the area of the whole circle and subtract the area of the small, right? So you have the big circle, right? And then you have a smaller circle on top of it, right? So if I have this, so if I want to find the area of this part, of the blue part, I'm going to have to subtract the area of the white part from the blue, right? Does that make sense to you? So look at me for a second. So let's pretend this is the bottom cylinder and this is your top cylinder, right? You see that bottom circle is still part of my shape, okay? But if we're talking about the top cylinder, that bottom is not part of my shape because it's part of this circle, okay? So that's why I have to ignore that part. So, first I have to find the area of the top subtracted from the small. Okay? So the area of the small circle is pi r squared. So that's going to be pi times 3.8 squared. circle. And how did you find that? That's right. So if you look here, this is your whole radius, right, of the big circle. The outside part is 4.2. The inside part is 3.8. If I add them together, that gives me a radius of 8. So that means it's going to be pi times 8 squared. And that's going to be 201.1. So I found the area of the bigger circle. I found the area of the small circle. Now I have to subtract them. So that gives me the area of the leftover. So this right here is the area that is higher. The cylinder. So I'm looking at the area of this, right, and the bottom. All right, which I can't. It tells you that the area of the lateral surface is 2 pi r 8. So you don't have to memorize these. You can find them on the purple sheet. Okay? Surface area of area of the whole thing, right? So your total surface area is 598.1 plus 274.6. And what is that equal to? And is that the answer here?